There shows a pan to the left and Chris leaving very early because of the time of day to go to work. The pan to the right to show that he is very quick and very stubborn and late for work. This section of the film is when Chris is entering his office. It is very significant because there is another point of view shot, as you'll see in a minute, and very heavy breathing to suggest that Chris is tired and bored of his job and also tired. And his hand positioning on the keyboard amplifies that feeling, and the audience can pick up on this and feel what Chris is feeling. As you can see, placing stuff down, not really fussed where he places it, single fingered, not really that bothered about life. We then placed the camera on the windowsill, as you can see, on top of the folder for balance, and pointed at Chris to get a more direct look at his expression and know what he is feeling. As you can see with his blank face, he is thinking of his mum and whether or not she is dead yet, because as I mentioned earlier, he poisons her. At this point is then proven when he takes out a picture of his mum on his phone, which is right here, and the sound slowly fades back in. The camera is positioned over his right shoulder and a low angle shot, and he zooms into the phone as the screen fades to black. And as the screen fades to black, it is as if to signify that the phone is being switched off, and then it moves to the next shot. The garden scene shows a crane shot of Rose entering the garden, looking confused and worried. She is using a walking stick to keep herself upright and not fall over, because she won't be able to get herself back up. Mid-shot of Rose coughing, and pans to the right on a low-angle shot of Rose picking a rose from the garden. As Rose picks the flower, she starts to cough and eventually dies. The reason why I've decided to have Rose pick the flower and start dying is for symbolic effect. When Rose picked this flower, she is killing the flower, and thus the killing effect happens to herself. Only she was picked off by her son, Chris, who picks up the rose and destroys it in his hand, which represent Chris taking the life of his mum. As you can see here, when the screen goes black, you can see Chris peel the flower, crushing it in his hand, and getting on with the life, as if he killed the life of another, which he did. This is the new kitchen scene, which starts out as a repeat using the same camera angle and position, that is the mid shot, so the audience can see the torso and the props on the table. Just going to pause it here for a second. The difference starts when Chris picks up the keep calm and carry on tea cozy. Instead of throwing it to the side out of shot, he places it in front of him and remembers what his mum has always said to him, which is to keep calm and carry on. And this act of kindness from his mum lets Chris make the right decision and not kill his own mum. Let's hear it again. And all he is doing to the tea is just adding sugar. As Chris carries in the tea, there is diegetic sound over the top of the film, which is a conversation Chris had with his mum days previous. And it is still going around in his head, as you can see now.
You'll see him one day, Mum.
I know, Will, son. I know, Will.
I love you, Mum.
I love you too, son.
This is the final scene in the film where we see bollocks.
You forgot.
Oh no, I lost track of what I was going to say. I'll edit it. Cut. This is the final scene in the film where we see the fuck. Yeah, might as well get yourself comfy. This is the final scene in the film where the audience can see Chris as a protagonist, as he was in the beginning of the film. Throughout this scene, the camera is a long shot, so both characters can be seen, as you can see here.
What are you doing, Auntie?
Just looking at the roses, son.
This section of the film is relatively quick, but is the most important scene, because the audience can see Chris's true feelings for his mum, to which she gives him a rose out of her love for him, so that he will never forget how much she loves him.
There's nothing big in today.
Maybe tomorrow, Mum. Thank you. Come on.
And that is our film. Thank you for watching.